don't think so.
Basically, if you bring a certain amount of drugs and it exceeds this amount, you'll be put to death.
Oh yes,
You've
yes,
heard of it?
yes.
But do you understand the term mandatory?
Yes.
What does it mean?
I mean, if you are caught having a certain amount, then you will be executed. And
do you support this?
not really. I feel, well, if the person is can be given a second chance, yeah, I think execution is a little bit, harsh, yeah.
Okay, what do you understand by it?
What do I understand from the death penalty?
Death penalty on drug trafficking, mandatory.
Well, I think if you are trafficking drugs above a certain threshold amount, I think it's a mandatory death sentence. Yeah.
And what do you understand by the term mandatory?
Means the court has no choice. If you are found, it's a fact. If the fact is that you are found guilty with X amount of trafficking, then the court does not have a choice.
And do you support it?
That's a difficult question. I think capital punishment is something we should think very carefully about.
Okay.
But I mean, in certain circumstances, society needs to be seen to be imposing a very strong deterrent. So yeah, I can understand the reasons.
Have you heard of the mandatory death penalty on drug trafficking in Singapore?
Yes, obviously.
Yeah.
So what do you understand by it?
I think if you traffic more than 35 grams of drugs, then you will be sentenced to death. Yeah.
What she said.
What do you understand by the term mandatory?
Mandatory. How do you understand by the term mandatory? That means
that the prison services has to buy more rope.
that means basically it's compulsory. Yeah.
Do you support it?
Do I support it? Actually, I haven't thought about it before because I didn't think I would be sentenced. But I think generally yes. Yeah. Why?
Yeah.
It's
okay if you haven't thought about it. It's okay.
Yeah.
Do you support it?
I don't really care.
Of the mandatory death sentence for drug trafficking in Singapore.
Yes.
And what do you understand by the term mandatory?
Well, if they traffic an offense between a certain amount of drugs, the death penalty will be either hanging. I think in most cases will be a hanging sentence.
Do you support it?
Yes and no. Well, I do support because I believe drugs takes another person's life. So if you are taking someone else's life, then your life should be taken to compensate for that. Yeah. All right.
And do you support the mandatory death
Yes.
sentence?
Drugs are really bad for your health. You shouldn't. It destroys everything: your family, your career, everything.
Do you believe that there should be mitigating factors should be taken into consideration?
No. No.
Are you aware of the mandatory death sentence for drug trafficking in Singapore?
Yes, I do.
What do you understand by the term mandatory?
Well, if anybody commit that offense, he'll be sentenced to death.
Do you support it?
Huh?
Do you support it?
Oh, this is a very personal question.
Are you comfortable answering?
No, I don't.
Are you aware of the mandatory death sentence for drug trafficking in Singapore?
Yeah.
What do you understand by the term mandatory?
Mandatory, as in, not really understand. I heard of it. Yeah.
What it means is, if you are caught with a certain amount of drugs on you, the mitigating factors will not be taken into consideration. The judge has no choice but to sentence you to death. So, do you support it?
Support it. Well, actually no. It's too. Well, in the past, it's like that lah. I mean, I know that lah. But then in time to the way I look at it, I don't really support that. Maybe like maybe a life sentence and all that, or you know, maybe you are putting the life into death, as in you're stopping a life, you know. Then there's no, you still can make use of the life to do something else, to contribute to society. Instead, you just put it to death and all that, you know. Yeah.